Shalom, shalom, and welcome. This is Yasharal, Living Orders and Commands. It is an end-time series of messages I am compelled to present before you. My brothers and sisters, upon completion of this segment, there will probably be one last segment within the series entitled Yasharal, Living Orders and Commands. So I have this one and one more after this one, and we will begin a new dynamic in this move. Or should I say, something that is up to you to determine whether it is a new dynamic or not. This segment, however, in Yasharal Living Orders and Commands, is entitled, Are Your Windows Clear? Are your windows clear? My brothers and sisters, end times are here, whether we accept it or not. And I invite you to come take a journey with me to explore things that just may shed some light on our walk a little better than yesterday, a little better than before. Let us begin with the following questions. If a person observed an incident from out of their home, apartment, or vehicle, would it not be safe to say that it is highly possible that they viewed such an action through a window? Yes, we could say through the door, but I'm asking, is it highly possible that they viewed it through a window? For individuals who wear glasses or contacts, could we not say they are wearing these in order to see clearly or to see better? And is this not akin to looking through a window, a glass, a product that is clear, such as soft contact lens? Have you ever witnessed a person wipe the fog or condensation off a window or glass? Have you ever seen people cleaning their glasses to see clearer? Have you encountered someone repositioning their contact lens in an effort to see clearer? Are you aware of the anatomy of our eyes, that we have a permanent lens in our eyes that make it possible to see clearly? Now, given all the questions I just asked, let me ask again, are your windows clear? Are you able to clearly see the things that are before you? Is it possible to experience seeing things clearly from a spiritual perspective? In other words, do we have spiritual eyes as well as physical eyes? Who do you think reveals to us from a spiritual perspective the things that we must see and are necessary for our journey? Notice, I did not say what. I asked who, for I am seeking a name. So not what is making us see, what is revealing something to us, who is revealing something to us. You see, my brothers and sisters, many have elected to sensationalize and use the words Ruach and Ruach HaKodesh more than lifting up the spirit of Yahushua, failing to state that the Ruach HaKodesh is indeed the set-apart spirit of Yahushua Messiah. Ruach simply means spirit, and Ruach HaKodesh means set-apart spirit. I mention this often, but there are those who do not lift up the name of Yahushua, who fail to recognize the importance of lifting up Yahushua's name and prefer to say more often Ruach or Ruach HaKodesh. My brothers and sisters, we are to lift up the name of Yahushua. For in our worship and obedience, as we lift him up, then and only then are we able to see clearly. Then and only then are our windows made clear. Ruach simply means spirit, and Ruach HaKodesh means set-apart spirit. There are many of us who stress the importance of the name of the Most High very strongly and often. But then in our actions, we don't take every opportunity to mention his name as much as we should and could. Do you not know, if we lift up Yahushua Messiah, if we say that it is the spirit of Yahushua that has showed me, revealed to me, made known to me, taught me, the more frequent we speak of Yahushua Messiah, the more we contribute towards lifting him up. But if his name is buried in the onslaught of the words Ruach and Ruach HaKodesh, are we doing what is indeed most set apart. So I'm not saying Ruach and Ruach HaKodesh is wrong. Please listen carefully. I'm not saying these words are wrong. But what I am stating is when we use these words far more often than Yahushua Mashiach, than Yahusha. When we tell people it's important that the name is right, but we do not use the name as frequent as we should. If we were measuring one's performance and one were to say Ruach or Ruach HaKodesh 100 times and say Yahushua Messiah just once, which term do you think would have the most weight to those who are physically listening? Or if you're writing, which do you think would have the most significance? Do not be coy or trite. Do not be deceitful. The reality is the quantity, the magnitude of what we say and do all too often may overshadow the things we speak of less. Pray on these matters, my brothers and sisters. For it is the Spirit of Yahushua that make known and that reveal. And when we fail to recognize that, this is where the struggle comes in. This is the reason why Yasharal is so fragmented. We're unable to see the pieces of set apartness. We're unable to hear the voice of the Spirit of Yahushua bringing things whole, making us whole. Why? Because we are not lifting up Yahushua Messiah. And some will argue, well, I am lifting them up by saying Ruach and Ruach HaKodesh. I'm not here to argue with you. Time will soon prove whether that holds true or not. End times are here, and we will soon begin to see the importance of being precise in our set-apart communications like never before. I submit to you, we will soon come to see the importance of asking one another, are your windows clear? Let me pause for a moment and read the following. It is an excerpt from John, 4th chapter, verses 16 through 19. Yahushua said to her, go call your husband and come here. This is regarding the incident when he met the woman at the well. 17th verse, the woman answered and said, I have no husband. Yahushua said to her, you have well said, I have no husband. For you have had 5 husbands, and the one whom you now have is not your husband. What you have said is true. The woman said to him, Master, I see that you are a prophet. I ask you, my brothers and sisters, can we agree that the Mashiach demonstrated pure discernment, revealing what was hidden? Can we not agree that Yahushua, our Mashiach, demonstrated seeing with spiritual eyes that this woman have had many husbands? Was this not a demonstration of discernment? Consider these words, Matthew 10:26. Therefore do not fear them, for whatever is covered shall be revealed, and whatever is hidden shall be made known. Mark 4:22 says, for whatever is hidden shall be revealed, and whatever has been kept secret shall come to light. My brothers and sisters, all too often I have witnessed people think that they're doing their own thing, that they have a personal relationship with Yahushua Mashiach, or some may even say I have a personal relationship with Jesus Christ, while at the same time talk about family and fellowship, while at the same time admitting that we are a body of one through Yahushua Mashiach. But yet we think we are individual silos. Many times we are as walking contradictions and don't know it. But I submit to you the power of discernment will work in us, through us, one towards another. The Spirit of Yahushua will reveal to us and uncover and make known. We will learn the importance of being clear and understanding and describing what we witness from one another. We will come to know the function of the word witness like never before in the coming days. My brothers and sisters, before I go on, I want to say this. Remember, the title of this segment again is, Are Your Windows Clear? Now let me continue with what I believe the Spirit of Yahushua pressed upon me. We have been looking at our responsibilities erroneously with the mindset of thinking that we have to help the Most High Father. We have been embracing the need to be of assistance to Yahushua Messiah with the burden being on our shoulders. This is incorrect. The Mashiach said that his burden is light. So I submit to you, my brothers and sisters, I'm going to ask the question again. Are your windows clear? If the answer is yes, then you will, if not, have been able to discern that Our task is to reveal what we see, what we witness, what is shown to us by the Spirit of Yahushua, by the Spirit of the Almighty Father Yahuwah sent in Yahushua's name. That is our task. And if we reveal what we witness, his instructions, his understanding made known to us, if we confess, if we testify, if we speak, if we walk on what is revealed to us, we will find ourselves walking in obedience to him. You see, many of us think that he's given us charge to just run off and do what we want to do, and that we're helping build the body. I submit to you, this is where the problem lies. And soon as we are humbled, we will learn to speak only on the things we truly see revealed to us. Nothing more, nothing less. Our charge is to be able to testify the good news as much as revealed to us. To speak on the scriptures that are made alive such that we are able to see clearly. Nothing more, nothing less. The things that we are uncertain or cannot see clearly, we will soon realize that is when we should be quiet. Ask a question, but be quiet. And wait on the Spirit of Yahushua to make it clear to us. Some will see things clearer than others. Some will see things quicker than others. But when we begin to testify, to confess on the things we see, on the things that are revealed to us with accuracy, we will discover being able to be refined and brought together in unity more quickly, my brothers and sisters. It will be when we see things clearly that we will be able to be joined together, fitly joined together as a body of one, as one family, as one awakening nation, Yasharal, under the banner of Yasharal, grafted together as one by Yahushua Mashiach. Who remembers the following? Luke 12:48. But he who did not know, yet did what deserved flogging, shall be beaten with few, and everyone to whom much is given, from him much shall be demanded, and to whom much has been entrusted, from him much more shall be asked. Pray and watch. The more we see, the more our responsibilities are presented to us. A responsibility to basically speak on what we see, what is revealed to us. Nothing more, nothing less. My brothers and sisters, soon in our refinement, we will learn the importance of seeking to have our windows clear, so to speak. In other words, we will come to know the importance of speaking on only the things we see clearly. And be patient until we're able to see more and speak on more. And as we see clearly and speak only on what is given us, then we will receive more to see, to speak on. Soon we will come to understand the importance of functioning in this manner. The word witness will have a whole new meaning to many of us. Soon we will come to know the importance of being precise and absolutely not bearing false witness against one another. As end times bring the most extreme conditions and events ahead, we will face being made humble. Yes, we will become physically and mentally weak, emotionally and even spiritually weak. And in our weakness, we will see a rise in the Spirit of Yahushua within us, one towards another. We will see it among one another. We will see his spirit, his set apart spirit, rise up in our presence. There will be a rise in chosen leaders and the proof that is necessary for us to press forward will come. Pray, my brothers and sisters. The orders given us are actually simpler than we have believed. It is about seeing clearly, and more so, having our windows made clear by discerning what the Spirit of Yahushua chooses to show us, chooses to reveal to us. Remember, the scriptures talk about the falling away, and the scriptures also talk about those given to delusion because of poor decision. So if we make the right decision, we can avoid being overtaken by the spirit of the workings of delusion. Pray, my brothers and sisters. Time will prove that this is key to uniting and awakening nation. Having our windows made clear, having our eyes open, our ears open, and speaking only what we are witnessing that is being shown to us by the Spirit of Yahushua, and nothing more or less. Who remembers Matthew 13, 16, and 17? It said, and blessed are your eyes because they see, and your ears because they hear. For truly I say to you that many prophets and righteous ones long to see what you see, and did not see it, and to hear what you hear, and did not hear it. What about John 5:19? Who remembers this? Therefore Yahushua responded and said to them, truly, truly, I say to you, the Son is able to do none at all by himself, but only what he sees the Father doing, because whatever he does, the Son also likewise does. What about John 8:38? I speak what I have seen with my Father, and you do what you have heard from your Father. My brothers and sisters, soon we will come to know that confession is to speak on the matters that are shown to us, that are revealed by the Spirit of Yahushua. Soon we will learn why the question, are your windows clean? Are your windows clear? Are you able to see clearly? We will come to understand the importance of this question, and we will come to know why it is necessary to have our windows clear. Everyone, therefore, who should confess me before men, I shall also confess before my Father who is in the heavens. That is Matthew 10:32. Confess Yahushua Mashiach before men. We can do this if we're able to see clearly, for then we will know him, for we see him more clearly. We will learn the importance of lifting up Yahushua Mashiach, and that by doing so we will be able to see him more clearly, and that others will be able to see him more clearly, and that we will witness him draw all men to himself. We are about to witness the strength in the following passage, John 12:32, which reads, and if I am lifted up from the earth, shall draw all men to myself. He is lifted up, and in him being lifted up through our worship and obedience, then we can see him more clearly, my brothers and sisters. We will learn the connection between that verse that I just read and John 6:44, which says, no one is able to come to me unless the Father who sent me draws him, and I shall raise him up in the last day. If we are drawn to Yahushua Messiah, who has been lifted up, did he not say he will raise us up in the last day to be alongside him? My brothers and sisters, end times will be the most trying of times. It will prove to be a time of refinement, discipline, and much repentance. End times will prove to be the most humbling of times, a time when we will realize that an awakening nation, Yasharal, is emerging. Are your windows clear? Are your abilities to see clearly what the Spirit of Yahushua is uncovering and revealing? Is this happening? Is this occurring? If not, pray and watch. Seek to discern what the Spirit of the Most High is saying to you. Consider those who you are in company with, whether they are contributing towards your maturity or holding you back by means of distraction. Consider not whether you will continue to be among compromising fellowships and teachings and practices, or where you will look with straight focus to the Spirit of Yahushua and discern those who clearly see him and speak on what he is showing before the world. Until next time, my brothers and sisters, know this: the things that we see, let us be able to discern and render a judgment whether they are indeed set apart or not. And the things that we see that are set apart, let us echo the good news before the world in our actions, in our lifestyle, how we treat one another, and the love that we have for one another. Pray and watch, my brothers and sisters. The need to testify, the need to confess, the need to speak on the things that we see, the things that we witness, will prove to be very critical in the coming days. It is necessary to see clearly. It is necessary to have our windows clear. So let us seek to discern what the Spirit of Yahushua is revealing to us. Pray and watch. Keyword, pray. Keyword, watch. Keyword, pursue. Words, pursue the will of the Almighty Father. Until next time, my brothers, my sisters, my family, prepare, O Yasharal, for our redemption indeed draws near. Shalom. Shalom. Shalom.